Well, guys, it's 1:10 in the morning, and I'm doing Ask Vash number 2. So here we go. My first question is from Video Game 41096. He asks, even though the PS2 version of RE4 has lower quality than the GameCube version, do you think the exclusive features make it worth it? I honestly don't know because I do own 2 copies of the PS2 version, but I didn't beat a single one of them because just the quality of the PS2 version is so crappy that I can't even go through the game without it disgusting me because it is horrible. Like the sound sounds like it's coming from cell phones down the street. The Ganados look like they have no teeth, like they look horrible. I can't even beat the game. So I'd rather play it on GameCube than play it on that shit. Alright. Next question is from Carrie1146. What class do you pick in video games? Well, in shooters, I am usually, like, for example, Team Fortress, I'm either the scout or the spy because I like being sneaky, and the scout is really, really fast. In games like Call of Duty, I'm always just the guy with the M4, the machine gunner. I hate sniping because to me it feels kind of cheap, popping somebody 100 miles away and they have no chance. That's kind of fucked up, in my opinion. If you're gonna run up on someone with a gun, at least give them a chance to kill you back. But in real life, I'd love to be a sniper because I'm not getting close for them to kill me. But in video games, I just feel that it's cheap, especially in Counter-Strike when they have that whack-ass gun that kills everyone in one hit, no matter where you hit them. That really pisses me off. In fantasy games, I'm always either the knight or the thief. I like the knight because, I like being, all holy and stuff. But I like the thief because I like the way they dress and the way they act. Like, they're very quick. I just love that. I don't know why. That's how I am. Next question is from Kyle76QQ309. Why don't you like Ashley? Well, that is a very good question. I don't like Ashley because she gets in the way. She's annoying, has big ears like a monkey, and she's just annoying, period, in general. Like, there's been the first time I went through Resident Evil, she died so many times. Like, my record was horrible because she kept dying, and I can't stand her. I hate her. Like, I would be happy if you can kill her and continue with the game, but you can't because you have to save her. Okay, next question. My next question is from Arkin. He actually asked 5 questions, so let's go through them. Question number 1. What death do you think is the goriest out of all Resident Evil games? Well, I think the most goriest one could probably be when the locusts jump on you and spit on you and half your face is melted off. That's kind of nasty. But like the most screwed up death has got to be the plants from Resident Evil 2. Like when they bite your head off, it's like not even dramatic. They just, how like usually when you die in Resident Evil, like they grab you, bite you up a little bit, and then you'll be like ah and die and all that. Well, in that one they straight up just bite your head off like and you drop and it says you're dead, and they walk away. That sweet and simple. And that death, like, after that happened to me one day, I was just laughing so hard. I was like, are you serious? I had full health and everything. It pissed me off. Second question, what's your favorite horror movie? That's actually a really good question because I do watch a lot of horror movies. Like, the Chiller channel is like my favorite channel. I'm always on that channel looking at really, really old, like 1950s, 60s horror movies. I honestly couldn't tell you. Probably Shaun of the Dead. That's like my favorite movie, and it's considered a horror movie, so I love that movie too. That's my favorite horror movie, you can say. How old are you? I am 18 years old. I know, pretty young, huh? How many pets do you have and what kind? I used to have 2 lizards. One was a bearded dragon, and his name was Vash, of course, because that was my baby. And I have a leopard gecko named Millie. Vash actually passed away 2 years ago because of kidney failure. He was old and we had him for about 5 or 6 years. Yes, it was very sad. His cage is still here and everything. Millie I've actually had since she was born. And yes, I did get her name from Millie from Trigun, but it wasn't because I was obsessed with Trigun. It was because when I first hatched her, yes, you heard me right, I had her egg and I hatched her. She bit the hell out of my brother, and then she bit me. And as soon as she like was biting everyone coming out of the egg, it kind of reminded me of Millie from Trigun, because they always called her Stun Gun Millie. Because like when Millie bit me, it felt like I got stunned. So that's what we call her, Stun Gun Millie. And yes, I do still have Millie, and I have to feed her. Thanks for reminding me. Number 5. Do you think Leon is gay? As a matter of fact, I do not at all, because he loves Ada like me, and Ashley hits on him, and he told her to kick the bricks, told her to get the hell up out of here because it ain't working. But I think he's the most overrated character for Resident Evil, because ever since he came out in Resident Evil 4, that's all everyone liked. Leon this and Leon that, and you know, you just kind of get tired of hearing about him all the time just because he was in Resident Evil 4. You know, big whoop. He was in Resident Evil 2. That's actually the second best-selling game by Capcom today. But the number 1 best-selling game was Resident Evil 4, which he was starring both, so I guess, I don't know. He's like Capcom's poster boy, besides Mega Man. You know, if you hear Capcom, you always think of either Leon or Mega Man, or something like that. My next question is from Smiley1, is that million? A whole bunch of zeros. What games are you doing after Resident Evil 4? Well, I'm going to be doing Dead Rising, and I'm going to do Uncharted, and I feel like doing Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I'm not sure, because I have to run through that game again. I really do love that game. That's one of my favorite games, Conker's Bad Fur Day. I have so much fun with that game. But usually, the games I do are the games you guys request, because I don't know. Usually I try to play games that I don't die a lot in, and games that I'm actually kind of good in. But yeah, if you ask me and I have it and I'm willing to do it, I'll do it. Like, someone asked me if I wanted to do No More Heroes, and I was like, that's a pretty good idea, because, you know, I don't really suck at that game, and it's not that hard, but the only problem is that I haven't beaten it yet, because I played something else. So, remind me to beat No More Heroes so I can do a walkthrough for that for you. Let's see, next question is from Winter Raven 89. If there was a zombie outbreak in your city, would you survive? And they're the fast zombies from 28 Days Later. I don't know. As a matter of I have a very logic mind, and I'm smart in making decisions, and I think I would survive. You know, I'd probably barricade myself somewhere, grab all the people. I wouldn't try to pull that, like, oh my god, I'm gonna go to try to save all my loved ones, because that always gets you and your loved ones killed. So I'd actually call them and be like, barricade yourself somewhere, hide, because I am. Take your phone with you, and be safe. Have a gun. The second question Winter Raven asks is, how long will you continue doing walkthroughs of any kind? Would you consider making other types of videos, or just walkthroughs? Well, I will continue doing walkthroughs as long as new games come out and that I want to do walkthroughs on them, because I actually have fun doing this. You know, this is something I do on my free time, enjoying making people laugh and all that good stuff. Would you consider making other types of videos? Actually, I do make other types of videos. If you look on my channel, you'd see the zombie rape. I made a couple like bootleg Metal Gear ones, and like, I don't know, I just put random crap up, but usually I just make whatever comes to mind at the moment. Next question is from Kid 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 1. That's a lot of numbers. Who is your favorite character out of all the Resident Evil games? My all-time favorite characters, I can't choose between them, is Chris and Jill. Chris, I love him because he was in the first one. When you picked him, because you're like, oh sweet, I'm gonna be the guy. You pick him and you find out that his game was hard as hell. As if you picked Jill, her game was easy as hell. And then my second favorite character would be Jill. They're like on the same level, because I love Jill from Resident Evil 3. That really showed how badass she is by whooping Nemesis' ass and taking his little tentacles to the shoulder. But yeah, so in order, I'd have to say Chris, then Jill, then third would probably be Leon, and then